Hello everyone, I'm MrGamingGuitarist, and I didn't get a chance to do this last night, but today I need to talk to you guys about one of the best TV episodes I've seen in a long time. Actually, no, not this is one of the best crossovers I'd seen, and that I was so excited about. And of course, I'm talking about. Take a look at what I'm about to do here. Of course, I'm talking about Supergirl, because see, that's what the blue is for, and the Flash, because that's what the red was for. And yeah, I color coordinate my clothing, the clothes I wear, according to what comic book show is coming on that day. Yes, that's how much I care. And you might think that that's weird, but I've been doing that for a few years now. So one thing that okay, and of course, if you haven't, I think it kind of goes without saying, but for this review of Supergirl, World's Finest, if you haven't watched the episode yet, full spoilers. So I'm giving you this chance now to leave. If you haven't seen it yet, so go watch the episode, then come back to this video after you're done watching it, because I will be talking to you as if you've seen the episode. Okay, so the one thing that I really enjoyed about this crossover is that it brings two villains, and I don't think we've really ever seen two villains together, working together in Supergirl since Astra and Non. And of course we know that Alex killed Astra with the kryptonite sword, but I really enjoyed seeing this episode because we got to see Livewire again, and yeah, we haven't seen her since the Thanksgiving episode, and it's kind of weird because they have her in that same cell that Maxwell Lord was in a few times, and that's the same cell that Martian Manhunter was in. So it's like, did she get promoted to a new cell? How exactly did she get there? It doesn't exactly explain, but that really doesn't matter because but the one thing that I thought at first was gonna be stupid was Shaban turning into the Silver Banshee. I really didn't care too much about her character, and then I heard, oh, she's gonna be a villain. I don't know how to feel about that, but I think, after she finally got her costume. Okay. Sounded okay, so that was just a very loud lawnmower. I was wondering what that noise was outside. Anyways, so yeah, so it was a very loud. So when the Silver Banshee came out, I really enjoyed seeing her in the costume. So I guess it kind of fit more. But the other thing too is, of course, we finally got to see the Flash again, and finally coming in this universe. Now, I kind of wish that in the last episode of The Flash, I wish that it just showed Barry coming over to the Earth that Supergirl is on, but that's just a tiny nitpick, because but I didn't see it coming because when Shaban showed up, and she did that goddamn you know what, I just noticed something. Those like shock waves that you're seeing off of Shaban whenever she's doing her Banshee scream, those like wave effects, those should be coming out of Laurel whenever she does the canary cry. That would make a way more sense. Yeah, that would. I can't believe I just now thought of that. Anyways, we're not talking about the current disappointment that is Arrow, because right now we're talking about Supergirl. Anyways, so afterwards, I really like seeing the way the Flash came in, but it's so funny because when you see Kara and Barry interact for the first time, and he doesn't know that she's she's Supergirl, and um, and it kind of reminded me a bit of when Barry took Felicity to Star Labs for the first time. She caught on fire, and Supergirl also caught on fire, but yeah, so the episode was very fast paced. I think this is the fastest paced episode of Supergirl I've ever seen, and I kind of like that brisker pace. But I also really enjoyed seeing Cat Grant in this episode again. You know, she always. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Sorry, I have to mute this microphone. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, so where was I? So, oh yes, of course. So when so yeah, Cat Grant had a bunch of great moments this episode, like she always does, and but when but the thing that I always found really funny was because we've seen Kara jealous of get jealous when James is around. But we never really saw James ever get jealous. Because it's funny though, because he thinks that Barry is there to like steal his thunder. Because it's funny how, because when you think about it, it's kind of funny how good Barry is at just talking to girls. You know, for a person that claims to be a giant nerd. It's really funny, but whenever you see James get, it's funny because James acts like it's just really funny to see James get cock blocked. That's a term I was looking for. But it was great though to see Barry just even mention everything going on from that universe. I'm glad that he actually mentioned Green Arrow and the Flash and the Black Canary, and he mentioned Zoom and Firestorm and Cisco and Caitlin and all of those people. And so I really enjoyed seeing that, and I liked seeing him talk about all the different Earths. But at the same time, even though the Flash was in there, this still very much felt like a Supergirl episode. And I'm glad that we finally got to see Lucy can actually running the DEO now. That was very, I liked seeing that. But the other thing too that I enjoyed was so that cell that seemed to hold everyone. So now so Shaban broke Livewire out of it, and now we get to see those people fighting. So I'm glad that we got to see I'm glad that we got to see the first like double team fight between the Flash and Supergirl and Silver Banshee and Livewire. Those were really good, but the thing that I liked seeing is that was when just all the interactions between Kara and Barry were great, but I guess like the funniest moment that happened in the episode was when all four of them, when Kara and Wynn and James and Barry were all in Kat's office, and she said, "The four of you look like an attractive, non-threatening, racially diverse cast of a CW show." That was so fucking funny. I laughed my ass off at that because I can't believe they actually made fun of the CW there, because that is true. All their casts are pretty much like that. But overall, the one thing that I really But if there's one thing I had to take away from this, it's that it's a very, I mean, of course, I'm sorry if you're sick, if you've been watching my videos for a while, and I'm sorry if you have to hear me mention this movie again, but this episode perfectly does what Batman v Superman didn't. That this roughly 42-minute episode was light and cheerful and funny and warm and just why is it that something with such a low budget could be done so well, and yet something they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on, the plot didn't make any goddamn sense, and yet here we go, Supergirl and the Flash. It's great. Batman v Superman. Yeah. Anyways, that's oh god. Here comes that goddamn lawnmower again. Anyway, sorry. But I really enjoyed this episode because, like, when Kara is trying to ask for advice from Barry, he told her to slow down, and that is funny coming from the Flash being told to slow down. And of course, I really also enjoyed the race between the two of them but the thing is, the screen started blacking out, like the broadcast started to mess up, so I didn't really get to see what happened. All I saw was the very end when Kara pushed Barry back into the portal to help him get back to Earth, to his Earth. But I really hope that they mention his time on Supergirl on this episode of The Flash, because that would be great. I mean, his time on Supergirl on tonight's episode of The Flash. What am I saying? But the other thing that I really... and of course, Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist, their chemistry is just already amazing. Now, I know that the two of them were already on Glee before, but I hate musicals. I'm sorry, I can't stand musicals. So that's why I never watched Glee. And it just didn't really seem to be that great of a show, so I'm glad that we got to see both of those great actors together on two things that I really enjoy. So anyways, I've been rambling on and on enough about this episode, but yeah, this episode of Supergirl and the Flash, this was a 9. I loved every second of it. I ate all of it right up. I mean, there were so many great moments, just the bantering between the two of them. I mean, when Kara said, "Oh, I need to get donuts," and then Barry says, "Oh, that's fine because I have to eat 10,000 calories a day." And I like how it shows like his tricks that he does, like, because Barry's gotten used to like being able to run around so fast where he throws the lightning, and I like that it didn't work in Livewire because all she did was she just soaked that energy right up and just threw it right back at him. So I liked seeing that, and of course. Not that I really honestly don't give two shits about romantic subplots. I don't give a shit about Odyssey. But but you know, as much as it seemed to be a little bit forced, I think it kind of works. James and Kara's relationship, and they finally kissed after 18 goddamn episodes of waiting. But it's still funny because even though after she kissed him, just in that first episode, Jimmy just gets activated because Myriad happens. So it seems like Myriad is creating an army of brainwashed humans. Who knew? I wonder if... So it looks like that was an Indigo thing, but we'll just have to see next week. So anyways... Yes, this was a fantastic episode, and I hope that this brought on a whole lot more people on to watching Supergirl, because I really want this show to get renewed for a second season. Because, hey, if Superman isn't going to be treated with respect, at least Supergirl is. So anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist, and... you can subscribe. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future videos. I've also got a Patreon page that you can support me on, where you can help me make a better future for this channel. And you can also check out my weekly podcast on the N4G TV YouTube channel, where we did a 2-hour spoiler review of Batman v Superman. And you can talk about everything I didn't like about the movie, which really bothers me to this day still. Yeah, it's disappointment. Anyways, but you can also watch my playthroughs of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I recently uploaded the 10th part of it a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to get that started back up again. So anyways, that's it, guys. I've been rambling on way too long, and it really shows just how bad I am at talking in front of a camera, even though I've already been doing this for 8 years. You would think I would be much better at it, but I really am not, and it really shows after you've seen the videos of me with my best friend Keanu, or Spider Mist. When you saw him, you see how great of a talker he is, and then you just cut to me being by myself, and I'm just a rambling motherfucker. Anyways, goodbye. I'll see you on my next video. And I will make sure to stop that stupid answering machine.